Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today, we're reading for March 25th, 26th, and 27th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, you know that I'm going to use my Radley Valentine deck. Here's my Angel Tarot cards for the main reading. I will pull in my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle deck, and I'll pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, for the introduction, which this is the introduction, I will use my Waite Rider, and I will pull one, maybe more, from my Osha Zen Tarot cards. I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. But remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. So nothing is really retrograde right now. So you would think that things would be really calm. Oh, by the way, I am an intuitive psychic. An intuitive channeler, I would say. I open myself to higher power. My job is just to deliver the message. So like all the planets, especially for Mars, everything in Mars, the planets are all going direct. Most of February, all of Mars, and then most of April until the 28th. The planets have all been going direct. So you would think, well, that's okay. That's pushing forward. Well, the thing is, the planets get close to each other. You know, we've talked a little bit about Venus and Mars, and the one I didn't really talk about too much, and this has been going on since, I would say, the beginning of March, I think until the 27th, is that Neptune in Pisces, Jupiter in Pisces, and Mercury in Pisces. Well, Neptune and Pisces have been, pretty close together, and then Mercury and Pisces, they've all gotten very, very close, especially, I would say, maybe the 23rd through the 26th, and they're all in Pisces. And, Neptune is very dreamy, very, which really works well with Pisces. Jupiter is hopeful, thing of, great fortune, good luck, which also works well with Pisces. Mercury's a little bit of the troublemaker, but he's kind of like, okay, I'm just going to go along with it. I want things to happen. I want wonderful things. Let's move with that too. The thing is, though, they're getting very close together at this point. And like all roommates, it's kind of like, visitors and fish. After 3 days, they start to stink, need to move out. Anyway, Mercury's getting a little antsy. We've all been, and Mercury is about communication, and it's like, okay, I want wonderful things, but I'm really getting very stressed, and I'm not hearing what I want. I'm not, things aren't developing the way I want them to develop. And on the 27th, I move into Aries, and Aries is going to make things happen for me. So Mercury has some really interesting things. Mercury in Aries, communication, electronics, still going direct. But it's really going to be a little bit more powerful. So Mercury will get messages out. We might hear messages. We might have some communication. I don't know. Could we have communication problems? Well, we've got all those solar storms that are happening, so that could happen too. So it's just a very interesting time. And then next week, we've got some stuff with Aries, Saturn, and a little bit further down, Mars in with Saturn also. So I kind of feel like we might have with Venus, this is for next week, or the beginning of the week, so if I don't talk about it, I kind of feel like Venus in their conjunction with Saturn, and they're all in Aquarius. Remember, I feel like there could be some revelations on the relationship side, and there could be some trust issues going on. So we'll see what happens with that. But this time, just your communication, like I said, on the 27th, Mercury goes into Aries. It's going to be a little bolder. It's going to be more, upfront. And right now, Mercury, Neptune, and Jupiter and Neptune, they're kind of like, hey, chill. And Mercury's just like that little grain of sand in your shoe. That really is just bothering the heck. So I feel some not anxiety, I feel some agitation. I just feel like, come on already. Okay, let's see what we have going on. I have been shuffling my Waite Rider, or my Rider-Waite cards. And it was interesting, I was doing this yesterday, and I kept pulling up the same cards, which were rather, I don't know, disturbing or liberating. So let's see if we pull out the same cards. I won't tell you what they were, But let's see if I do pull out the same cards. So what's happening for the universe? What can we talk about with the universal energies? Here we are. Glasses so I can see. Take a moment. Please like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell for notifications. Got that out of the way. So I'll say it again at the end too. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. And remember, like I said, this is the introduction. I will put a timestamp in the description so you can bypass if you're ascending, rising, moon, Mars, Mercury, who did I miss? Venus, any of those that you know, in your natal charts, if you have those in there. Okay, let's see what we've got going. First card is, well, that one kept coming up yesterday too. The Hermit. The Hermit, and my nose is itching. The Hermit is a 9. 9 has, you have all the information you need. Wrap it up. Let's get things done. The Hermit is about taking a step back. Is about, again, I'm always going to be talking about connecting with your higher power. This is a major arcana card, and whenever you see the major arcana card, it's a very spiritual card, and it's to kind of wake you up to what might be needed to be doing. Okay, the Hermit is, the Hermit's not a crazy person hiding in a cave. The Hermit is taking a step back, looking for his light, looking for his guide, looking for what is my next step, where am I supposed to be going. Connecting again, meditating, praying with the higher power, guardian angels, whoever that is for you. So let's see our next card. Okay, I like this one. This showed up a couple of times yesterday, but not a whole lot, not as much as the Hermit did. The King of Pentacles. Now, you know that whenever I talk about the court cards, they all have underlying energies. Page's underlying energy is Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Knight's underlying energy is fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Cup's underlying energy is, so that was the Knight. Queen's underlying energy is Cups, which is your Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And then we have King's underlying energy, which is Sword or Air, which is Aquarius. So that, that might be going on for next week. But it's also Gemini, and it's also Libra. So we have the underlying energy is our air energy. It is very focused, very much planning. Air energy is making your plans, seeing the pathway, seeing what you need to do. Very, very linear type of thinking, but very brilliant type of thinking. Pentacles, though, so this is a king that really can see what the next steps are. But Pentacles is that earth energy, again, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And that is about your, your money, your job, your career. The King of Pentacles is could be a very professional person. It could be a person in leadership, a person that has to deal with money. It could also be a subject matter expert. So there's something going on between the two here, the Hermit and then the King of Pentacles. Not quite sure where we're at with this. But the King of Pentacles does provide for many. Okay, next card is the Emperor. Now, the Emperor was also there a lot yesterday, too. The Emperor is, again, a major arcana. It is a 4. 4 has a, basically, it is leadership, organization. It also has some stability to it. Now, the Emperor has a couple of different types of feel. The Emperor and the King, okay, you would think of them as peers, but the Emperor has a little bit more of a power, has more power. The Emperor has, a lot of times to me, is more of the masculine side of the divine, of the source. Now, the Empress brings a lot of the feminine side, and the Emperor brings a lot of that masculine side. There is ruler here. There is a very sharpness. There is a very much a judgmental energy here, but yet at the same time it is based upon understanding too. So there's something going on this weekend. These two, this one is about money. This could be a doctor, lawyer. This could be somebody also in politics. It could also be a subject matter expert. This one, I get a very ruling type of energy. We have the Hermit. The Hermit has to step away. The Hermit has to connect to higher power. I am feeling like I need to pull 2 more cards, so let's see what else we might have. Sneaky Snake did come up a couple of times yesterday. Not a whole lot. I would get more of the Seven of Swords, but Five has change energy. This is sneaky snake. This is kind of watch out. Not everybody can be trusted. This one came up a lot, the Three of Pentacles. This was provision. Three has power. Three has, the power of three. It's also celebration, creativity. This was getting provision, but this was going to ask for provision, and somebody that was in authority, possibly the Pentacles or the King of Pentacles or the Emperor, was providing. But this was provision. But there was sneaky snake. Sneaky snake, we just got to watch out for that because there's things going on. And this could go into what I was talking about the next week, where I'm saying that there could be some trust issues. Okay, next card is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, very powerful, very positive, very much I am going into a better place. And again, Knight's underlying energy is fire, so it's passionate. And Cups is our water energy. So it's also very fluid, but it's also very powerful in its I want what I want, what I want. Okay, so the cards I've been looking for did not pop up, so I'm really happy with that. Let's see what we have, though. These three did come up a lot. This one came up a lot, too. The Seven of Swords was the one that was really, really coming up, and I kind of feel like the Seven of Swords is sneaky snake a little bit on steroids. It's a little bit more. It's like this one's just kind of waiting and seeing, and again, sneaky, 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 where the Seven was very actively sabotaging. So, didn't come up. I'm okay with that. So let's go on here and see what we have to see. Awareness. Guilt. That one kept coming up. Maturity. I like them. They are all reversed. Reversed has a stronger energy to me, so let's pay more attention. The awareness. Now we are into Aries season. We have passed that time with the veil, with spring. Now it was interesting. I know this is just one of those anecdotal information, but it is interesting that in the Julian calendar, March 25th was the day of the equinox. So just to say. So here we have a 7. 7 has the divine umbrella, divine intervention, divine interference. This is an awareness. This is, and remember, I look at Osha Zen Tarot more as words of advice. So this is to increase our awareness. This is to break out of our cocoons. This is to leave the shadows behind. And as this veil, as this, whatever this is, membrane is being pulled apart, leaving behind the dark energy, the dark, the anxiety, the guilt. And if you look, the person has peace. And the person has, the person actually appears to be, just to be like, okay, I have a better understanding. Now, we have 8. 8 has unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities, but this is all about guilt. So what is it that we're going to be feeling? What is it we're going to be finding out? Well, who is it? Is there going to be someone that's going to be very guilty? Is it ourselves? Is it someone in the universe? But this is guilt. This is racking our brain. This would be kind of not necessarily your 9 of Swords, where 9 of Swords is just kind of like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? But this has that guilt energy. This has that, that looking back, looking at past deeds, looking at how we've come to where we've come to, and just not necessarily liking how our path was. We can change our path. We can change our where we are going, how we are connecting. Guilt. If you learn from guilt, or if you learn from situations that have stimulated your guilt, you will know then that guilt then becomes a useless emotion that you really need to not carry with you. But that's if you've learned from it. And yet, we have the next card, which is maturity. It does not have a number, which actually helps to tell us that we do learn. We do learn. So we've got some interesting energies. I'm very happy that we didn't get the energies that I was reading yesterday, because it was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do with this one? And it was just an interesting read. So these are the things, basically, look around, come out into the light, see what actually is happening. Let let this guilt leave. It's only trying to hold you back. You can see these little hands are trying to really, keep this, whoever it is, it's trying to hold on to. So these, and remember, we're in the waning part of the moon, so it is a good time to release. There are flowers, there's a beauty beyond the guilt. And here we go into maturity, which means we are spiritually growing up, spiritually connecting. It's not just in our age per se, but it's in our spirituality that we need to, we need to do the connection. We need to basically come to a point where we know that many things we can't control. Some things we can. We can control how we react. And, sometimes we just need to take some deep breaths and say, this is what it is, and what am I supposed to do while I'm in this? So, interesting stuff. The cards I was looking for did not pop up, so I'm very happy about that, though it did mean that there was going to be something that was changing quite dramatically, and that's okay too, as long as it was in the positive. Okay, which it was, so that was a good thing too. Anyway, I will, hopefully this means something. I go back to this the most. We need to step back. We need to reconnect, but we also need to, regroup a little bit ourselves. Watch out for sneaky snake. Don't worry so much about the money situation. There will be provision. It might not be necessarily what we want. And remember, this is new opportunity. Nights are also new opportunities, but this is new opportunities in romance, also in love, and in passion, and in things that we find important. Okay? Okay. So why don't we start our readings, but again, to like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We'll start now. And hello to my Sagittariuses. How are you doing out there? I just feel real good about your energies. I have been feeling good. You've been having ups and downs. I just feel like you're a little, now maybe there's some ups, but I feel like you've leveled up a little bit more, and it feels good. And again, I do love your mischievousness too. I'm feeling that. I feel like you've been laughing more, and I like laughter. Laughter is good. If you don't laugh, you get stupid. Okay, let's see what we have for my Sagittariuses for this weekend here. Okay, oops, I put them down here like this. I had to flip that one over. So the 10 of air, tens. Tens are transitional energy, moving on. Air is our sword energy. It is our Aquarius. Something, though, there might be something next week. Remember in the introduction, something next week. There may be some things revealed with that Venus thing and Saturn. So there might be something revealed, but that's for next week. This weekend, though, it just feels like a lot of things are coming into focus for you. It feels like there's a lot of clarity for you. And with that clarity, it's like things are coming together where you know what your next steps are, or you know what you have to leave behind and where you want to go to. Now, we are in the waning part of the moon. Again, that's where we release and relinquish. But I also feel like by releasing and relinquishing for you, it's unburdening you. It is kind of like, oh, that was something that I didn't even know I was holding on to. So there's a sense of freedom that I feel for you this weekend. And that feels very good. Okay, so the 10 of air is the end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction. That's interesting. Sometimes being treated badly by others, whether that be your job, your work, another person, family, people tend to kind of feel like it's all on their shoulders. And this is really unburdening energy here. It's taking it off, taking the energy off and moving on. And remember, and that's, maybe that was the guilt thing in the introduction. Let it go. Here we go for next card reversed. The Knight of Earth. Ooh, is this a new job? Is this a new direction? Basically, as you're letting things, as you're moving away from things, it's not even that you're letting them just fall off. You are making a very, I don't feel like this, that you're being a passive observer or a passive participant in your journey. I feel like this is you being a very active person in your journey. It's like you know that future, we can see pathways. The future isn't written yet, so we know that there's possibilities always out there. And you are now looking towards those possibilities. So the Knight of Earth, Knight's underlying energy, your energy, fire energy. Earth is our Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. So we still have that, Pluto and Capricorn thing going on, where Pluto has to really almost tower moment. But then I feel like you have passed that, and now it's time for you to level the ground and for you to make those plans on where it is you want. So this weekend, at least for the fire signs, it does seem very pivotal energy right now for you to blossom. So the Knight of Earth says, okay, you're moving on. You are actually deciding to let go, leave, take off. You're changing a situation. That's it. You're changing a situation. Now, what are you going to do? Let's get, Knights are directional, so they will go where you want them to go. So now, we can't just say, we don't want to be like the pinball in a pinball machine, just bouncing around. We want to have a little bit of that divine, kind of a divine interaction, okay? We want to, we would like to have a little say in what we want. Now, sometimes, I never say to ask for a specific job, but I do ask if you're looking for a job. I do say I want a job that's going to pay me more money and that I will be happy with, and that they will be happy with me. So, kind of give a little looser, but yet get to the meat of it all. The Knight of Earth says, do it. Let's do this. Let's move on. Let's go. Let's go for that. Loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments, so be a person of your word, a guardian angel. Next card is the Emperor. So the Emperor was in the beginning, okay, in the introduction. So we have that 4. We have that Archangel Michael. Michael is the leader of the warrior and the defender energy, angels, which pretty much, angels are able to defend and to protect also. But he is the leader of those angels. He is the one that gets out front and gets his face seen. He is the one that takes the responsibility. And so this is part of it. This is, this isn't just where I said to you that it wasn't that you were being passive. This is you being the author of your new story, the author of your story. This is the Emperor, again, does have that higher power, that masculine energy, higher power. But again, this is you taking responsibility, taking some control as much as we can take. But this is you writing your story, writing your new chapter. Okay? So organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. Okay. So this is time for a new chapter for you. I like this. And you have more, okay, recognition and reward. So we have a 104. I told you what 104. 3 is celebration. It's also creativity. There's also a lot of power in doing and saying something 3 times. And whatever this is, it is leading you to a good path. It is, recognition and reward. Here you are being honored. At the same time, you're also, being humble at the same time. I don't know, are you bowing down to the Emperor? But you're giving thanks. You're also putting, kind of like, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Or you're being ready so that they can put the honor around you so that you can be honored. So whatever this path is, it is leading to a really good outcome. Good outcome. Recognition and reward. So you have 1043 or 134 or 143, I should say. Okay, so this, like I said, the fire signs, because, I did Aries, Leo, now you. This is one of those pivotal moments, pivotal times. And it's really now, like I said, for you, my Sagittarius. They're all different. But it does seem like this is one of those turning points to a positive way. Okay, anyway, let's go on and see what crystal. Okay, your cards are falling. Reversed Celestite. I don't have Celestite here. Celestite is about communicating with angels, your higher power. Might do Michael. Tranquility, good fortune, also deep meditation. I love this. I love this for my Sagittarius. This is great. There is, yeah, this is, I kind of also get with this, it's like, you know, other people might have, they see what they want of you very clearly, but you see something a little different. Write your chapter. Okay, my Sagittariuses. Take a moment, please, to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. Most importantly, though, always know that you are loved, my Sagittarius. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.